Welcome to the Midlife Style School, the podcast for women who want to elevate their personal style and life by design. I'm your hostess, Afton Porter, certified life coach and fashion stylist, known as the Chief Image Creator, helping high-profile women polish their image with standout style in their industry. Through our conversations and insight, I'll provide simple tricks and practices that will help take the stress out of getting dressed in the morning so you can start each day feeling empowered, confident, and ready to take on whatever comes your way. Let's go. Hey. We just got back from California yesterday. My son had a basketball tournament. They call it March Gladness. It's a homeschool organization. So we just got back from that. Shout out to our good friend Brooke Lohman. We got to see her while we were in California. So it was great to meet her husband, Skylar. So it's always fun when we get to be with her. Today, we're talking about body typing. For many people, the notion of body typing has been a useful tool in understanding how to best dress their bodies. Unfortunately, it can be very limiting and even damaging if taken too literally. And today, I want to discuss why body typing doesn't work. So, body typing is a method of dressing which suggests that certain shapes of clothing will be the most flattering depending on the type of body you have. However, there is no scientific evidence to back up these claims. And in fact, it's a very outdated concept, in my opinion. Our bodies are complex forms made up of curves and not necessarily a geometric shape or the shape of a fruit. We come in all shapes and sizes with our proportions varying from person to person. So, trying to assign one particular silhouette to your shape doesn't do justice to the vast array of possibilities out there. For example, someone might say that you're an apple or you're a pear shape, but the length of your legs, the height of your waist, your rib cage, your bust line, your width of your shoulders and your hips, it's all going to play a factor in what silhouettes look best on you. And just because you get put into a box or a fruit shape, it doesn't mean that that silhouette is going to look good on you. And that is where people get very, very frustrated. What's more, body typing can be seen as oppressive as it suggests certain body types are better than others. How many of you feel like, based on the name of your body shape, you feel like you either have a really great body shape or you make it mean that you don't have a great body shape? And this can be very frustrating because you feel like you don't fit a particular mold. And when it comes to dressing yourself, you get really frustrated even before you start looking for clothes. And your mindset of how you think about yourself is going to affect the clothes that you choose to wear. So, by thinking of what your body type is, or that you've been assigned by someone, and if you make that mean something negative about yourself, that is going to show up in your clothing choices, how you feel in the store, whether you want to run out of there as fast as you can, whether or not you want to try things on, experiment, and have fun. It's all going to start with how you feel about the body type you've been given. So, we're just going to get rid of body types. Also, a little while ago, I did a reel on Instagram about an article that was written by the New York Post. And it was specifically trying to encourage a new trend of heroin chic. I just was horrified when I read that in this day and age, we're trying to encourage having a body trend of heroin chic. I'm also not for whatever the current trends are and putting a certain label on beauty. Every different time period has different body shapes that were considered the ideal beauty. And if your body shape is not the current standard for beauty, then sometimes you can feel like you were born in the wrong time period because there is a time period that your body shape was the standard of beauty because if they've been all over the board. I'm on a mission to help women of every shape and size and height feel beautiful. I know I haven't always felt that way. I was always tall and thin. I was taller than all the girls and taller than all the boys, and had no body shape and super thin. Probably most of my childhood life. It wasn't probably till high school that people were actually taller than me a little bit, but I was still really tall. And I didn't fill out until I was older. And I felt so ugly. And I don't want anyone else to feel that way just because their body shape looks a certain way. I want to help you, show you how you can style your body. Maybe you're the opposite. Maybe you're shorter than most people and have more curves and you feel the same way that I did. But we don't have to feel that way anymore. There is science behind our style. There And so I could understand why people are using shapes because there is science to what our eyes pleasingly like. And let me tell you, any body shape can achieve the image of beauty for our eyes. Okay. And I'm going to share that in a minute. But before I do, I just wanted to get into a little bit more about why we're not using body typing at the midlife style school. So, again, let's look at what body typing is. It is the idea that certain physical characteristics, such as height, weight, and where your curves are, can be used to determine what types of clothing styles might, and that's a big might, look best on someone. This can be helpful for finding an overall sense of style that works for you. However, it's important to remember that everyone is different and there isn't one type of clothing that looks good on all body shapes. And it can get so frustrating when you're trying to find out what you truly love on you. And then when we were told growing up, oh, wear whatever you love. Well, I'm not really sure what I love. I don't know what my choices are, right? When it comes to choosing clothes based on your unique body type, one size does not fit all, ladies. For example, some women may have a more curvier figure, while others may have an athletic build with broader shoulders or muscular legs. Each woman should take her individual features into account when selecting clothing that complements her shape and makes her feel confident. Personal preferences also play a huge role in what looks good. After all you want to wear is something that not only fits well, but makes you feel great. And of course, you want to consider your lifestyle when shopping for clothes. Do you need comfortable clothing for running errands, business professional attire for work, or something more glamorous for special occasions? Probably outfits in all those categories if I know my clients, and I do. Knowing what activities you need clothing for will help guide your choices so you don't have to rely solely on body typing rules and the climates that you live in. My friend Katie in Alaska, I'd be wearing totally different clothes if I was there than I do my clothes in Arizona. And sometimes you might be one shape on the top and another shape on the bottom half of your body. So, what I like to tell my clients, and I'm gonna let you in on a little secret, is that you want to create the X factor. What is the X factor? I'm going to tell you. No matter what your body type is on the top half of your body, you'll want to balance with your hip area of your body. For example, imagine the top of an X going through both of your shoulders. And then your waistline, wherever your waistline is where the intersection of the X is. And then your hips is where the bottom half of the X is. You'll want to balance your shoulders and your bust line with your belly and your hips and your tush. That's all you got to do. So, if you are fuller on your shoulders and your chest, you'll want to minimize that area. You don't want a bunch of ruffles on your shoulders or across your chest. Don't want a lot of pockets. Keep it simple and clean. And then if you have a really narrow hips and no tush, then have your ruffles around your shirt. Fill it in with lots of pockets and design on your pants. That's going to help balance your top with your bottom. You have a printed top on. Let's say your chest is over 10% of your hips. That's the scientific measurement. If you're over 10% larger in your chest than you are your hips, then you will want to create more balance. If it's under, it's not going to be noticeable and you are already balanced in that area. And what you're going to want to do is create a waist. Just make sure that you're creating a waist so that you have your body, you have some shape to you. The last thing you're going to want to do is wear something baggy on the top and baggy on the bottom. That's what I call frumpzilla, and you absolutely at all costs want to avoid that, especially if you're in midlife. Younger girls can get away with this a little bit more, but it dates us in a way that is unflattering if you're wearing something baggy on the top and baggy on the bottom. And honestly, it's not even that flattering on the younger girls. They can just get away with it a little bit more. So we're going to either have a fitted top and baggy bottom or baggy top with a fitted bottom. But I'm imagining you have over a 10% bigger chest than your hips. You are going to wear a print. And actually, here's a little pro tip. A printed shirt with smaller prints on it actually will conceal the size of your chest, whether you have a larger size or a smaller size. So the only time you can really use prints on a larger chest, or you could really use more of that detail in your top, if you have a larger chest, is when you're using a print, because it doesn't have a place for your eye to land. So you'll want to make sure it doesn't have a lot of other detail. If it has a print, there's nothing that's going to catch the eye, and your eye is just going to keep on moving, and people aren't going to notice the size of your chest, whether it's large or small. Okay. So I'm imagining a print. It's tucked in. You have a belt because you're going to create that waist. If your tush is smaller than your chest by over 10%, chances are you have a smaller belly. So I'm imagining it tucked in with a belt. And then a fun pair of jeans that has some pocket detail to it. And you could even wear, what would look fabulous on you is one of those pleated wide leg pants that are back in style right now. That would look really good on you with a fun pair of shoes, maybe like a chunky heel that's in style this summer as well. That's what I would put on you. You would look absolutely adorable. So you want to back that up. Let's say your hips are 10% wider than your chest. You can wear all the ruffles, all the detail on your top. You could have a pop of color on your top, have a chunky statement jewelry. That's going to bring your eye up. And if you're having a lot of that detail, you might want, and if the shirt's a little bit bigger, I'm going to put you in a tighter fitting pant, a more fitted pant, maybe even a bootleg or a flare would be super cute this spring. And I would still put you in a very fun shoe. I mean, there's no reason why we should not be having fun with our shoes, ladies. Accessories are going to polish your outfit. So also put you with a very fun shoe. And you're all set, right? You're going to look fabulous. So the X factor is what I call that. We are creating the illusion of the X factor. So it doesn't matter what your body shape is on the top, on the bottom, if you're a combination of the two, we're just going to create balance. We're going to look at the width of your chest and your shoulders compared to your hips and your tush. And then we're also going to look at the length of your legs. And do we want those to be more slimming? Do we want those to be more wide leg to create more balance from the top half with the bottom half? And have fun with it. Try on different outfits. See how you feel in them. You might be surprised in what you like and what you don't like. But at the end of the day, wearing clothing that fits your unique features can help you make sure you look and feel your best. Body typing does offer some suggestions about what kind of styles may work for certain figures. But if you get frustrated with it, the X factor is the way to go. And I'm actually offering a private opportunity in my Midlife Style School to work with me every week to design your style. I have 10 spots open. That's it. We're going to work with each other every week, one-on-one for 30 minutes. And we're going to go through and design your standout style so that you can attract the clients that you want, so you can exude the image that you need to show your authority and stand out in your industry. So if you're like, I'm ready to work on my personal style, if you're thinking that you are ready to stand out, create amazing photos that you absolutely love what you're wearing, and create some eye-catching outfits for your social media images or your day-to-day work attire, I want to work with you. You're just who I'm looking for. So I have 10 spots, one-on-one private coaching with me every week. The link is in the show notes, but you go to www.styleguidesociety/style school. It's going to give you all the details of what you get working with me for 6 months. I wanted to give you plenty of time to do that. Plus, you'll have style group coaching and access to my best teachings. So, and then me. You're not going to get a team member or somebody else. You're actually going to be working with me one-on-one. How amazing would that be? Go click on the link to learn more about it. These will go quickly. So, all right. If you have any questions, you can always send me an email at team@styleguidesociety.com. But until next week, think like a style icon. Bye-bye.